we continue our loss of form to the point that we're losing touch with the top. Hello and welcome to episode 6 of Gunning for the Top. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have games against Bournemouth in the FA Cup 5th round and Manchester City in the Premier League. Since you were last with us, you'll see that we've dropped to 5th in the Premier League table, so we're in the European or Europa League places for next season. We do have a game in hand above the teams immediately above us, but having lost our last game to Manchester United, we've lost a little bit of ground with those. We did have a couple of games, I think, over those, and that game in hand went a little bit wayward, and even if we were to win the game in hand that we've got, we would still we'd be second behind Liverpool, but we really do need to keep on our winning way in order to secure a Champions League spot. Can we do it? We'll have to wait and find out, because we have a Bournemouth in the FA Cup first. Let's have a look then. Since you were last with us, the last game that you saw was let me get this right. It was Leeds and Everton were the games. So we played Leicester and drew 0-0 in the Premier Division. A bit of a hangover, I think, from here. Then we played Leeds and beat them 3-2. A game that we were struggling in, to say the least, and I think it was only the fact that we did a bit of a change round and Nikita came on, scored two very quick goals, 84 and 90 minutes, that actually snatched it for us. We were actually losing 2-1 prior to that. Then a very sedate 2-0 win against Fulham, again late in the day. We actually pulled it out of the bag, and then Manchester United, well, they did one on us and beat us in this case. But as you'll see from the XG, that really until right at the end, we really didn't get anywhere near their XG, and I suppose it was a case of too little too late, and we didn't really get to compete with them properly. They scored early goals and then shut us out, was pretty much where we go with that one. So that leaves us with today's games, as say the FA Cup 5th round against Bournemouth, who are in the Championship, and then a home game against Manchester City, not an easy game, and then of course we'll be lining up for the Europa Cup game, or the Europa League games, which is in the first knockout stage, home and away against Roma. So without any more to do, let's go through to the FA Cup 5th round tie against Bournemouth. And here is the team that we have selected for this game. Leno in goal, Tierney, Gabriel, Holding and Bellerin in defence, Partey and Elney in midfield, and in front of them Aubameyang, Smith Rowe and Pepe, and Edouard recalled to the attack up front. On the bench today, Renarsson, Maitland-Niles, Saka, Lacazette, Kolasinac, Nelson and Nikita. A bench to be reckoned with. Hopefully we won't need to call them in because of we're doing badly or anything else. I've just realised that we've got no camera, which is very odd. Hang on, bear with me just a second. Quite sure what's happened here. There we go. Suddenly realised that something was a bit wrong. In fact, you still can't see it. I can see it, but there we go. Not quite sure what was going on there, really. But anyway, yes, that is the team then that we have selected. And players that are not happy. Not sure the tactics are what they want, or just having a grump. Right, let's go through to the match and the obligatory team sheet. She's looking good. And so, right, my assistant is saying the media's given her a lot of credit lately. I'm not going to use that one. Outstretched arms, I'm going to say just go out there, relax, play your natural game, and the result will come. And that's not had any effect on the guys at all. It's not the best weather for football. How do you think conditions will affect your performance? I think 99% of fans aren't remotely bothered about the weather, to be perfectly honest. You've chosen to leave Willen out of your starting 11 with his place going to somebody else, therefore quite interested in this competition. Are you, Nina? Got a good squad to me. It's fit enough to last for a full duration of that. He's ready to start. We'll have to watch him closely as the match goes on. I'll focus on what we do, not what their players are short or anything else. So let's hope that this gives us a little bit of a jolt in life and cheers us up a little bit. We've been struggling of late, and early attack by Bournemouth. We have a free kick. Pepe with the free kick, and that was a Emil Smith-Rowe scoring his first goal. And it was a headed ball by Gabriel, and Smith-Rowe stole a little bit of a run on, and there was offside there. Is it going to be called back? No, we've been given it. So one of those occasions when, and I've seen it recently also in the from the bottom to the top series just recently, we had a definite offside, and we the goal stood. So FM has definitely got scope in there for the odd bad decision, but thankfully in this occasion it's to our advantage, not the other way around, otherwise we would be grumbling like anything. And Bournemouth are in here and scored and equalised. Defending was deplorable there, all over the place, and maybe that's recompense for the fact that we scored and really didn't deserve it. Here we are all over, and I think, yeah, I think we need a shout. I'm going to try and fire them up. Throw in on this side. Bellerin to Smith-Rowe, but Smith-Rowe didn't get to it. The defender beat him to it. Holding now. Back to Leno. And Leno to Gabriel. Back to Leno. Leno with a long ball forward. Headed down by Edouard, I think it was. I'm not sure. And Smith-Rowe scores his second of the game. He's having a good game from central midfield, for sure. We'll see that again, because here's the long ball. And it's headed down by Edouard. It was Edouard. Pepe to Smith-Rowe. And Smith-Rowe blobs it into the corner. So we have our nose in front again. Now we need to stay in front or score another goal, one of the two. Smith-Rowe on the left hand side now. Had to work out where that was. It's come back to Smith Rowe, looking for his hat-trick now, of course. Tierney with the cross in, and headed wide by Abangaman. And another corner. Pepe headed back out by their defence. Pepe's running down the wing. Will pick the ball up. Running infield. Still got the ball. Still running. Is he going to take a pop shot here? He's been tackled now. The goalkeeper come out remonstrating. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure who he was remonstrating with, but he's not happy at all. And the penalty has been awarded. I'd like to see that again, actually. And Smith Rowe gets his hat-trick. Solanke gets a yellow card for his troubles. But I was quite tickled there by the goalkeeper coming out. I've not seen that on Football Manager before. The goalkeeper came out and had a right old remonstrate with, I think it was his own player, for giving away the penalty. But he was having a right old ding-dong with him. Smith Rowe on a splendid game here. Tierney now. Smith Rowe, looking for his fourth. And our fourth. A one-man show today. Pepe, ball in. Edouard over the top. Edouard needs to take a tip from Smith Rowe. And as we head for half-time, it's still 3-1. Bournemouth with the throw-in into our penalty area. But Smith Rowe with the ball again. And he's now running down the right wing. Passes it inside to Edouard, I think it was. But Edouard couldn't control it. Nearly went through to Abangaman. Abangaman now on the ball. And Edouard, his shot was blocked. And he desperately needs a little bit of luck, I think, just to get him going again. And Gabriel and Leno, they nearly got into a mischief between the pair of them. I'm sure Leno would have called for it, but Gabriel was taking no chances whatsoever, whether somebody shouted behind you. And he decided to get rid of it. I'm not sure. Edouard, he's having a terrible game. He's really not on the ball at all here, and he's behind the pace here as well. In a terrible bit of form at the minute. A bang inside to Smith Rowe, and Smith Rowe gets our fourth, his fourth, and well, all I can say is it's been extremely good that Smith Rowe has been there today, and I think he needs to cement his place. Tierney to a bang inside to Smith Rowe, and Smith Rowe in off the post, but they all count, as they say. And well done to Smith Rowe. We hadn't even got to half time. There is the XG. Well running. We're on XG of 3.44, 4 goals. And yeah, we're just sort of pulling away a little bit now. Smith Rowe, the man of the match, I think. Let's have a quick look. What is his rating? It's any less than a 9. Well, 8.9. Well, I'll be dashed. Right. Really want to say here. If it hadn't been for... Right, we go for delighted with your performance, but we do want to speak to... I'm not sure if this is a bug but it's very frustrating that you've got to click on everybody, because if you want to talk to individuals, you've got to unclick everybody before you can click the person you want to speak to. Right. Outstretched. I'm delighted with your performance so far tonight. Yep. I think that's the right team talk for him, and we're all good, I think. And to the second half. be making some changes shortly as we get. All right. Suggesting that Thomas comes off. Tierney is also tired. 63 minutes gone. It probably is time to right. Maitland-Niles on for Partey, and Tierney is tired. Kolasinac coming on for him, and that will be our changes for the moment. Free kick. Pepe with the free kick, and a headed goal from Gabriel makes it 5-1, and we have our mojo back a little bit. Excellent goal, and Bellerin now looks as if he's tired. Going to swap him for Saka. So that's done. Elney also tired, but we haven't got any more people in the tank, I don't think. Saka inside to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe looked for Pepe, found him. Cross into the box. Defended well, but we're on the attack still. Saka having a run, and a very tame shot at that. Had it been a bit more harder, it might have gone somewhere. Pretty sure we can't do any more. We're just going to double check, because if we can. Gabriel now tired. Elney, we haven't got anybody to take his place really. Gabriel, likewise. Oh, Lacazette. Why would you bring Lacazette on for him? No more substitutes, as I thought. So we just have to go with who we've got on the pitch, and with 8 minutes of normal time to go, I'm going to have to ride it out. Bournemouth with the ball forward. This is Gabriel's come back for it and looks inside for Elney. Smith Rowe, and he's had a wonderful game, especially the first half. Back flick to Pepe, Edouard to Maitland-Niles, Kolasinac from about 30 yards out, and that's a screecher. (6-1). Lovely back heel from Smith Rowe. He's had a major game. Edouard, Maitland-Niles sets it up for Kolasinac, and Kolasinac, bang. Only his second goal of the season. And job done. I think we're through to the quarterfinals. And I think that's outstretched arms. Well done, lads. Good job done. And I think Emile Smith Rowe will get his opportunity as player of the match. Such a positive result must go down well with you. Absolutely, players know they'll get the day off after match if they win, and absolutely love it when it happens too. To say a particular result was on the cards would be an exaggeration. How pleased are you with the outcome? It's a good feeling when everyone comes together. Powerful shot in the bottom corner was one of the highlights of the match, wouldn't you agree? It was a goal out of the very top drawer. How much did you enjoy it? He was absolutely terrific and showed how good he is. Technology played an important part in the win today. And there we go. So, do we get the draw? Maybe not just yet. We're going to send the assistant to do the post-match. And Tyndall says we're not as good as we think. Is that right? Gabriel looks as if he could do with a rest. And there we go. There's Smith Rowe, which I'm going to put arm around him. You were superb with the number and quality of chances created in the last match. Keep it up. And he's happy with that. Let's just have a look and see whether we get... player's not happy with Steve Round. I think it's because he said that he wanted Luton Town. Doesn't say where the draw is. I'm hoping it's going to come up, but it will come up some point before the next game, which is against Manchester City. If it does, we'll come back for that draw. And while you're away, we have come up with the FA Cup quarter-final draw ahead of our game against Manchester City. But it is true to say that we are also having a little bit of trouble on the medical front. We seem to have had a little bit of a run of players that are... We have a bout of flu going around the club for a start off. David Lewis, he's gone down with flu. A few of the others that did have flu seem to have come back, actually. Kolznak is going to be out for 6 days to 3 weeks. He's pulled a calf muscle. He's been seen to by the doctor, by the club doctor. And Xhaka has just had a broken foot. He's going to be out for 2-3 months. We've sent him to the specialist. So that is a bit of a knock for us. He's Xhaka being injured. So we'll see how we go with him out of the way. But hopefully he'll be back sooner than later. So here is the quarterfinal draw. This is where it all went wrong yesterday. And we are first out of the hat. We have a home draw against Bristol City. My team. That is a draw and a half. So Arsenal versus Bristol City. First out. Luton will play Brighton. Chelsea will play Norwich. I see there's a few Championship sides still in here. Sheffield United will play Aston Villa. So that is the quarter-final draw. And we will be playing Bristol City on the 20th of March. And yeah, obviously we are holders of that cup, which means the game against Everton has been rearranged. Let's have a look, see where that sits in the scheme of things. Obviously our next episode is going to be a cup episode with Roma. Then we have a bonus episode of Southampton in the Carabao Cup final. And then I don't think it's, once again, it's not actually, I think it's about here somewhere. It's not actually bobbed up yet, has it? Let's do a continue. Tierney, we're going to praise him and criticise Gunnarsson for not being... Right, has that come up now? As we move on. Yeah, there we go. Has appeared. So it's quite possible that episode-wise, yeah, I think that will probably make our episode there. Will be the quarter-final of Bristol City, and then the Premier League game against Crystal Palace, and then we're homing in on what's going on down here, depending on how chunky it gets. Right, we'll be back with the team that we're going to put out for the Manchester City game next. And so here we are with the team that we're putting out against Manchester City today. A must-win game, really. if we're to keep up with those front runners in the Premier League. Leno in goal, Tierney, Murray, Holding and Maitland-Niles the defence. Willan and Partey in midfield. Abangamang, Smith Rowe holding his place in the centre of the attack, midfield attack. Pepe on the right, and Edouard continues up front on the bench. We have Runnison, Gabriel, Saka, Lacazette, Bellerin, Elney and Nikita. And I'm sure they will be looking to see who's going to be. So a bit of rotation now ahead of the Roma game. We want to submit the team. Oh dear, quite a lot of people that are concerned about the team's significant change in mentality. Right, okay. Well, we've changed from very attacking to balanced, I think it is, or positive. Keep Kevin De Bruyne in check, and outstretched arms. Go out there and continue where you left off. Seems to have got a reasonable how much of an absence will he be? Let's see what happens out there. These are things that happen, so it's up to the squad to make sure we don't miss him too much. How are you approaching the task of breaching the Premier League's best defence? Treating it as a normal match. How do you intend to seize the initiative against an opponent who, like Arsenal, prefer to dominate possession? We'll be at our best, and recent good run has them first in the Premier Division form table. How much of a threat do they pose? I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we can put a dent in their ambitions. They're a threat, but so are we. We can't be scared of this sort of challenge. We have to embrace it. Yep. We are at home, so that does give us a little bit of leeway, but interestingly, for the second game in a row, we're playing a side in this light blue kit. I think we have to be careful that they don't hit us on the break as well. That's the only other thing. 20 minutes gone and nothing doing. And the first highlight goes to Manchester City. Bernardo Silva, Fernandinho, and Willan intercepts it. Got it to Pepe. Pepe now inside to Edouard. Edouard, he's gone wide. He's not sure what to do and takes a shot wide of the goal. And I'm really getting worried about him. His shots are wayward, and he seems to be in complete disbelief of what to do once he's got the ball. Half time comes, and I'm tempted to take him off at half time because outstretched arms going okay, keep it up, but I am really thinking, mind you, Bangamang not having a good game out there either. He's looking poor. Maybe we should switch him inside. Tactically, do we just switch them over? Let's switch them round for now and just see what happens. Nothing to lose. And we'll start the second half. We won't do any changes. That avoids having to do any immediate changes. So 65 minutes gone, and we're still ahead on the thing. We haven't had the possession. They've had the possession. We're still ahead on shots and shots on target, but still not finding a way through. Edouard having a slightly better game out there, but a Bangamang not finding a thread. I think it just might be their defence that's blocking it. Let's see if we can bring Nikita on, or Lacazette is what my assistant is suggesting. Let's see if that makes a difference. Right, so Tierney now is tired. As is Smith Rowe. So Saka on for him, and Willen is also tired. Really got anybody? Elney can come on for Willen. I think that's what we're going to have to go with. And we have a free kick. Let's get the free kick out of the way. Edouard to take the free kick. Ball into the penalty area. Holding, I think it was, with the header. And didn't get it. And he's made a mistake there. And that was cut out, thankfully. Right, we're going to give him a shout and see if we can just fire them up. Thomas. Saka to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe inside to Saka. Saka now going on a bit of a run. He's got it to Thomas. Thomas, Elney, Smith Rowe, Saka. Can he get a cross in? He's been tipped in the penalty area. I'm sure this is going to go to VAR. And let's see what the outcome is. It is a penalty. And Edouard, I think, is going to take it. Oh no, it's Pepe. And Pepe puts it away. It's 1-0. 83 minutes gone. And they may well open up a bit now. And a very close game comes down to a penalty. And currently puts us up to third place with the game in hand. I think Pepe with a free kick, and he's got that over the top or to the wide of the goal. Always press Bernard Silva. And that's going through to full time. We were lucky there, but we did have the better of the game. They weren't really in it. The XG is 0.65, where we had 2.13. So I think we would have really felt to have been mugged had we lost that. Outstretched arms. People had us written off today. Proved them wrong. Great result. And that should G them up. We're perhaps back on to how do you think the two teams fared against each other from a tactical perspective. I thought it was a fascinating match, and everyone's watching plenty. And Nicolas Pepe's dramatic late goal was something for you to savour. How do you rate that moment? It's no less than we deserved. It's rumoured that Pepe will be leaving the club in the near future. I don't want to comment on speculation. So there we are in third with the game in hand. And 4 points behind Liverpool, so we can't catch them if we win our game, but we can go above Chelsea as it stands. And that was a good 6 points against Manchester City there, as you'll see, because we've now equalled points to them, and I'll have that game in hand, which of course we will need to make sure we win whatever happens. Press post match I'm going to send Steve round in for. And I think that is the end of our episode. Hope you enjoyed that. Well, let's have a quick look. We're not going anywhere. We're not playing any games between now and the next episode. The next episode will be the 2 legs against Roma in the first knockout round of the Europa League. We'll be back for that. And then the bonus episode, which will pop up somewhere. And I'll tell you where, when I've decided where to fit it in, against Southampton in the Carabao Cup final. They will be coming up very, very soon. So look out for them. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to click the notifications to stay up to date with all future episodes and series as they are released. New episodes currently released every Tuesday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. Why not follow me on Twitter at JustOffside2 for all the updates on this channel and more and new series as they come along. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now.